Thank you everyone for coming today. My name is Kevin. So today we're going to be talking about outdoor finishes for all projects. We're going to be going through the line as far as water base, oil base, spar varnish, the whole 9 yards. So strap on in. So first product that we have that we're going to start off with is the Crystalac Crap Coats. All right, so what makes Crap Coat so great is that it is sun, water, and mildew resistant. Surfaces can be painted, must be free of oil and polishes before putting this on. 3 UV stabilizers, so it helps with UV rays and a lot of sunlight. So if you got a project that's exposed to the sun almost every day, this will help keep the luster of it, and it will also preserve your wood. It is non-yellowing, so if you're looking to find a finish that isn't going to amber your wood or give it that yellow hue, this is another great product for that. It's very easy to use. It's excellent for finish coats, woodworking projects, arts and crafts, stone paintings, fishing lures. It has low VOC, which is very harmful chemicals. It can hurt your lungs. There are no harsh odors. It's non-flammable. It's very easy to put on. Typically with a lot of finishes, I always recommend either using a foam brush or a rag. Foam brushes, you have a little bit more, soaks up a lot. You can gauge how much you want to push down and then wipe across. One thing to remember is when you do use a foam brush, just make sure to be careful how much pressure you're putting on, because what happens is there will be gloops off to the side of where your corners are for your brushes. That's no problem. Just go back over with the brush again so you can get all off the excess. One application that I typically recommend is using a rag. It's a more even, less covered surface, or it doesn't require as much finesse. You pretty much just rub it in, you're good to go. It is mold and mildew resistant. So again, if this is a project that's going to be exposed to like humidity, moisture, a lot of that, and can be susceptible to mildew, another great product. As far as the coats that you're going to need roughly about 6 coats for this to work properly. It definitely requires sanding in between. It's dry to the touch in 30 minutes. And to recoat your layers, it's going to be 2 to 3 hours. All right, so the next product that we're going to go to is the Exterior 450 by General Finishes. This is actually one of my favorite products. It's very easy to use. Again, it works almost the exact same way as the marine coat. However, this requires 3 coats minimum, no questions asked. Again, this has UV stable pigments inside the stain itself. So when it opens up, again, you have the UV protectant layer that helps it keep your wood nice and lusterful. Comes in a couple different sheens. It's flat, satin, semi-gloss, and gloss. For a lot of products and for a lot of outdoor finishes or projects, if there's something that's going to get a lot of traction or a lot of movement or stuff moving on top of it, typically recommend the satin. It's not going to show as many flaws. You still have a nice color to it. It still gives it its nice protective layer. If you are looking for, a nice little bit of shine to it, another sheen to this particular product is semi-gloss. That's another really popular selling one that we have here. Dry time, it's 2 to 4 hours in between your coats. You are going to want to sand from 120 up to 220 and in between those grits. So 120, 150, 180, 220, and then stop. You can brush this, you can roll this, and you can spray this on. Again, this is a water-based finish, so it is going to be very thin to the touch. And when you open this up, it's going to look white and very white pigment. When you put this on, it's going to dry clear. So don't worry about if it's going to change the color or anything. As far as whenever you want to use this and actually put use to the project, wait about 7 to 10 days for the project to dry whenever you're done with your final product. And if you plan on putting food or anything on top of this, wait for this top coat to cure for roughly 21 or plus more days. The next product we're going to talk about is Waterlox. So Waterlox is a tung oil based product. We carry the marine finish on top. This is typically used on top of boats, shipping decks, inside and outside of pedestals, and anything marine based. This is amazing for it. The difference between the sealer and the actual finish is the sealer is going to be moisture resistant, the finish is going to be moisture resistant and UV resistant. However, when you combine your sealer and your finish, it is going to waterproof whatever you have. If you decide that you just need to keep it moisture free and not worry about as far as a high gloss finish or UV protectant, you can use this as a finish. If you're worried about, wanting a nice finish on top of it, but also keep a UV protectant and moisture, the marine gloss is also good for that as well. It's non-toxic and when dried and fully cured. It is handmade in Ohio by a fourth generation family owned company. It is available in gloss and satin sheens. You can get it in gallons, quarts, and 2-ounce sizes. Again, for exterior surfaces, this is great for direct sunlight as well as UV protectant. Again, made for deck boats, bright work, spars, and other heavy-duty exterior applications. Again, as far as minimum dry time in between your coats, you're going to want to wait roughly between 24 or 36 hours. Because again, this is an oil base, so it is going to take a little bit longer to dry. We've got the System 3 Marine Spar Varnish. So this product is specifically used for any System 3 epoxy resin table projects. So it's designed for marine and exterior wood surfaces such as railings, doors, or any surfaces with a clear, durable finish when it's desired. It is resistant to scratching and marring as well as many cleaners and solvents. This is available in gloss or satin finish. It is a high solid VOC compliant finish. It is designed for marine and exterior wood finishes as well. It offers an excellent protectant from salt, air, and water. So if you're ever out on the boat or anything and you're on the saltwater seas, this helps protect it from the salt. It contains ultraviolet light absorbers, which keep the wood looking beautiful, even with instant exposure to the sunlight. So even when you put this on and as soon as you're done, you put it immediately into the sunlight, you don't have to worry about the colors fading or your wood messing up. It is formulated to cure properly over System 3 epoxy products. So if you're doing epoxy products like pours or river casts or anything, this will work perfectly over on top of this product. A lot of the times when this is exposed to sunlight, it tends to be very murky. It'll dirty up the epoxy itself, make it very gross and bad. Again, what happens is because the UV light from the sun is going directly into this epoxy, makes it very murky and dull. So the Marine Spar Varnish is to help counteract that. So you apply this on top. Again, if this works for any System 3 epoxy product, doesn't matter. Again, System 3 product will work for a System 3 product. Again, as far as the stuff that we've gone over, yes, this is all exterior finishes. Yes, this is all meant to help your woods give its luster over time out in the outdoors. All of these will have to be reapplied at some point. The finish is only as durable as much as it can be over a certain period of time. For a lot of these, you don't have to do these for, give or take 8 months to maybe even 2 or 3 years. Again, it's just a matter of one, how much are you exposing your woods to the elements? Is it in a shaded area? Is it outside? Is it always going to be in the water? Is it just going to be in the garage? Is it going to be heated? These are questions that you might want to have to ask yourself. Our next outdoor product is going to be the General Finishes Outdoor Oil. This is awesome as far as, again, has UV protectants and heat stabilizers and mildew prohibitors for outdoor and wood projects. It can be used by itself over any stain and on pressure treated wood. It does have an amber type tone to it. So if you are looking to give your wood a little bit of a yellow hue or of a warm type color underneath it, this will be another great product to use. Again, this is an oil-based product, so it is going to dry very much slower than a lot of the water-based stuff. So that being said, the dry time for that is going to be roughly between 24 and 36 hours. You are going to want to wait at least 36 plus hours to dry before you recoat it. I will say you do not have to coat this as much as you do with a lot of the other products. This requires about 1 to 2 coats. Again, as far as application wise, you can use this as a clean rag. You can use a foam brush, whatever application. Again, and as far as bristle brushes, for anybody that might have questions on that, you absolutely can use bristle brushes. There's nothing wrong with it. Just take into consideration that you may have brush marks as you're going across whatever finish you have. Now, a lot of those bristles they'll be either in between silicone or horsehair or hair follicles. A lot of the silicone ones are very much easy to use. You can dip them in some water. A lot of these products just require water as far as cleanup goes. Reuse that same brush. Now with hairs, what tends to happen is it'll gum up. It will stick together, and they will end up either falling off as you're brushing across, so you may find stray hairs or anything like that coming across your brush. So that's typically why I always recommend either using a foam brush or a rag for a lot of these products. Again, a lot of these are sprayable as well. So if you have a spray system, this is sprayable, this is sprayable. This unfortunately is not sprayable just because of the consistency of it. Again, wipe on for these, and this is also non-sprayable. So you are gonna need to wipe this on with a rag or with a foam brush for sure. Again, all of these are fantastic products, all work for everyone's individual needs. Again, if you've got, anything from boats to, outdoor furniture, patios, window seals, doors, anything like that. All of these are great products to use. A lot of these can also be used indoors. The exterior 450 can actually be used indoors a lot of the times. Anything that has very low VOC can be used indoors. Anything that has high VOC, I would recommend, keeping it as outdoor furniture. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this demo and y'all have a great day.